Hi guys, in this lesson we'll try to solve one of the most commonly asked interview questions of finding the second highest and the second lowest record for each subject. Okay, let's take a look at the dataset here. Here's the dataset and this one will be the output. Okay, if we take a look at the output here, you could see that for each subject we will pick up the maximum and minimum values, but the criteria is so that we need the only second highest and the second lowest records for each subject. Okay, if we have take a look at the dataset here, we have 4 columns here: student ID, student name, subject, and marks. But we need to work on only on these columns, like subject and the marks. For these columns are going to be needed here. If we take a look at the subject here, you could see that subject 1 is the first subject, and there is subject 2 and the subject 3. Okay, our task is to find the marks for each subject, but based on the criteria that the mark should be the second lowest and the second highest one. If we take a look at the marks here, the maximum mark here for the subject 1 is 95, right? But we need to find in what the 91, because this one is considered as the second highest mark for this subject. Okay, and the lowest one will be what? If the lowest record for the subject 1 will be 61, we need to find the second lowest record, or for the second lowest will be what? 63. Okay, and for the subject 2, again it works like that. The maximum will be 84, but for the subject 2 we need 71, because this one is considered the second highest for the subject 2. Okay, and also 60 will be the second minimum here. Okay, because the lowest one will be the 32, so that's why we need the second lowest one. And for the subject 3, if we take a look at this one, we only have 2 values for subject 3. Okay, but for the maximum it just took up what? The 29. Why? Because the first maximum will be 98 for this subject 3, so the second highest will be accordingly 29. But for minimum one, the first minimum will be what? 29. Okay, and the second minimum will be 98. Okay, that's why it might be a bit confusing, but don't worry, the logic will work perfectly for both of these. Okay, so let's go into the database and try to solve it. So I have installed the database called SQL Query, which is the database of Microsoft. I also advise you to install this kind of database and work on this one rather than the PostgreSQL. So from now on I will try to work on this database and try to solve all of the queries inside of this database. So let's take a look at the dataset here. If I go to this link, I will paste this link in the description below, so you can go there and copy this dataset here, create table students, and come into the database here and paste it. And also I will try to do what? Use my database here, use SQL Interview, because the name of the database is SQL Interview here, interview, and run this query here. I will press on the execute and refresh the tables here, or table will pop up here. You could see DBS students have been created, and now I will just try to select everything from that table and see if the table is looks correct, all from students. Okay, it does not matter lowercase or uppercase, but I will just correct it and try to run it. And you can see the table is exactly what I have expected, this one. Okay, let's try to solve it. The first thing that we need to do is to find in or give the rank for each of these marks here based on this subject. Okay, how we should do this? First, I have already said that we need 2 columns here, subject and marks column, in order to solve this task, because we are not interested in the student ID or student name here. So I will just try to do what? Select the subject name, subject, and then I will just again select the marks. It will stay here, marks, and additionally I will give what rank method here, window function, or dense rank will be better, dense rank. The difference between the rank and dense rank, I will just give a short description. If we have, for example, like these numbers, I have already explained in the previous lesson, but I will remind you. The dense rank will work like this. It will just give the first rank for this one, the second rank for this one, and if these numbers are equal, the rank will be 2 for this one too, but the next one will be what, 3. The dense rank will work like that, but the rank work, it just skips this row and start just from the 4 here. Rank works like that. It skips one row of how many rows. It just here duplicate a row here, it just skips the number of them and just tries to write in the next one, for example, from 4th. So I will not talk about that. So I will try to type in the dense rank and give a over is a compulsory, it always comes in over, and type in what, partition. We need to group it, partition it by what, by the subject. Okay, subject. And again, we should not forget the order by clause, because we are ordering it by marks here. Okay, I will type in the marks. Okay, in a descending order. This will be the first criteria, and I will just rank it as descending here, descend this. And the second one will be again in the same way. I can again type in the dense rank, and type in the over, partition by subject again up to this point, up to the marks here. And this one will be in a ascending order. Okay, I will show you the result, don't worry. Ascending, rank ascending. I will type in the rank ascending order. And from where do we just select it? From students table. Okay, if I just select this SQL query, you could see that it has created 2 columns here, dense rank, rank desk, and rank ascending order. And rank descending order just gave a rank from 4, from a descending from highest one to the lowest one for each subject one, while the ascending one just creates it in ascending order, okay, from the lowest one to the highest one, but based on this subject. You could see rank descending, it just goes down up to this point, up to the 9, because subject 1 ends here, and then it starts over again from 5, it goes down up to this point. Okay, and our second criteria should be what, we need to find in the second highest and the second lowest one. Okay, from the highest one we could see that the highest will be here in this column. Okay, highest comes from here, and while the lowest comes from here. And the second highest one, the dense rank already gave the result that the second highest will be this one. Okay, 91 for the subject 1, and the second lowest will be this one. Okay, this one. Okay, we need to do what right now? Give a condition in order to do what? Just pick them up and select them. Okay, so we need to select subject and sum, case, give a condition when rank, the first one, the rank disk, this one is equals to 2, this one is equals to 2, we need to do what? Give a condition, type in the then we need to sum output the marks here, marks. Okay, else I will just type in the null and end the condition here. and type in the SR max here and give a second one. The second one will be again for the second column we will just create. Let's just try to we will just type in the sum case when this rank ascending equals to 2. This one is for the lowest one. Then again we will output the marks, else null and SR min. Okay, and from where we are just going to extract it from this query, from this already dataset here, because we have already this dataset, and from here we are going to just output this result. Okay, and I will just give a alias here for this inner query and group it by subject. Group it by, because we have already performed two aggregated functions, sums. Group by what? Subject. Okay, I think that this should print out the result. If I just if I execute it, you could see that it has printed the result. This for the subject one, it has printed 91 and the minimum is 63. For subject 2 71, the minimum is 60, and for subject 3 29 is the second highest and the 98 is the second minimum, because the first minimum is the 98 and the 29 and the second one will be 98. Okay, so we have just done what? We have first just performed this give a rank from a descending and ascending order, and then we are just picked them up based on these conditions. We have summed if these two columns equals 2. Okay, and then if we have performed these aggregated functions here, we need to give a group here, and this alias is a mandatory, we should put it, and we have grouped it based on the subject because the subject is the only column which exists here. Okay, refresh it and this is the result. Okay, I think that that's it for now. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye.